it's not that you need to be inspired from people who are politicians or anyone, people who are famous around this world for their work, but regular people around you have so much to learn from. So many things that people who are on the TV, on anywhere else in the world where you see them around, it's not that you just learn from them. There's so many other people just around you that make you learn so much about life. So that's the only takeaway which I think everyone should have after your leave. So I started the whole it's a random evening during COVID. I was sitting with my parents. They have their own separate tea time in the evening. There were these like tree trimmers who just like people just like climbed the tree without any safety, and they were just cutting a tree right in front of my window, so I could just literally see them. They could see me just watching them. That thought came in my head that how risk is involved for people just to survive in life. That simple thought, just I probably extended it a little bit more. Thought of how categorizing people who work in different risky jobs, but just to survive itself.
What drove you to tell these specific character story, and like how did you get in touch with them, and how long? Too many questions.
Yeah.
Like how long did you take to film this?
So the first question I would say I got inspired from is like I honestly have a really comfortable life. I've lived very easily. There's not any financial problems which I've faced just because I'm just like lucky enough. We all are probably lucky enough to be having that. And every time I just go out, see this life outside, I just always had that question in my mind, like why am I that lucky to be in a car or be just like traveling easily, freely, and there are people right outside just like even today, like you see on the roads, I see like construction workers really working on the road the whole day in the fucking heat, and you can't even just like help them out or do anything. It's like, and that question always comes in my mind whenever I go still, and that why has never been answered because there are these things which have been inbuilt slowly with time that it's karma or you've done something good in life now before, like in your past life, that's why you've come here and you've gotten a good family and like a good life, but that never justifies why am I still, and why are they still having their life. Why is not something like a good house, something like this, which like life has evolved so much since like so long, and just basic necessities are not provided to people still. Like so many years have passed on this like planet, I feel, and nothing has been done for just like humans itself. Firstly, animals and everything, that's I think no one even cares about them. Like it's really hard to find people who really care about animals still, and humans are on another level that they are like. I thought I should just start meeting people who are just regular people, like which I don't get to meet normally, and people who really inspire just doing things which normally like you only see like the bright in the news. You only see like only the bad things about regular people, or you see like only good things about the whole startup of the rich people. So I found these people in past, like each story had its own like way of finding it. So Kallu, the dead body collector, I found him on, like I saw something on Snapchat. There was a Daily Mail thing which used to happen. Like I used to like scroll around and his story came up. I think it was a brute coverage.
Yeah.
So I had this like thought of him like always in my head that this guy is really inspiring for me. So I always had him in my mind. So I went to the Kurla, like somehow I found a contact through Kurla police station I asked them if I could get his number and met him. Fishermen again through Kolivada and going through different fishermen who somehow we know. One of my crew members I think she's a frequent buyer to like fishes and everything. So I think she helped me find out the fishermen. The red light area workers obviously through the NGO, and construction workers again through family contacts and friends who are in the building line and contractors. Ambulance driver, actually I found him on Google. I used to just like randomly call ambulance like services, and I used to ask them, can I I'm interested to shoot a documentary and all that, and somehow he actually thought I could do it. So
आप जब फिल्म बना रहे थे, वाइल्ड फिल्म, आप ये सोशली डिसऑर्गेनाइज है जी, तो आप एज अ फिल्म मेकिंग करते हो, आप उनको सिंपैथी देना चाहते थे या एम्पैथी? आपने क्या सोचा था करते हो?
Not more of sympathy, because I feel I don't have anything like my only way of giving empathy more, I would say, is through my art, through how I can make people realize how there are people around us who are more than life, living life. So sympathy for sure, but empathy more actually, because I actually don't have anything I can like help out with, and this is the only medium I had to begin with actually. So I think that's the only way I had to help them out with.
सिद्धेश और इनकी टीम आपके पास आई कि हम आपकी स्टोरी बताना चाहते हैं, वी वांट टू, आप देखना चाहते हैं आपकी स्टोरी एक फ्रेम के थ्रू कैमरा में कैप्चर करना चाहते हैं, आपके साथ दिन भर घूमना चाहते हैं, तो आपका पहला क्या था, मतलब आपने क्या सोचा कि व्हाट वाज योर, आपका रिएक्शन क्या था, कैसे आपने इस पे?
एक्चुअली पहली बात जब भी हम लोग मिले तो उन्होंने बोला कि शूट करना है तो लाउडर
जोर से
ओके हम लोग जब भी मिले तो पहली बात तो मैं स्लम में रहता हूँ, एम्बुलेंस मैं काफ़ी अभी 10-12 साल से चला रहा हूँ. सो एक टीवी मतलब स्क्रीन में आना तो ये मेरे लिए एक गर्व की बात है. इसके लिए मैंने तुरंत हाँ बोल दिया. कुछ सोचा नहीं है, मैं स्क्रीन में बड़े स्क्रीन पे आ रहा हूँ तो मैंने हाँ बोल दिया, चलो लेट्स डू इट.
Content charges? No, nothing. No charges.
एंड एक इंसिडेंस ऐसा हुआ कि हम लोग शूट कर रहे थे इन वाशी. मैंने 2-3 लोकेशंस भी बता दिए कि यहाँ पे थोड़ा अच्छा रहेगा,
पुलिस नहीं
होगी, ड्रोन उड़ाना है.
In his case,
Yes.
he was in a sense proud to be there.
Yeah.
That would apply most of the people.
All of
But the
them.
two rescued sex workers, particularly one of them is having her face covered.
Yeah.
So how did you handle them and how did they react?
Again, like I had a lot of other shots as well where there were other ladies who were covering their face. They were all presently working as like sex workers. So the only way I had was probably putting a dupatta in front of them. I had like techniques of somehow luring them, like जुगाड़ करके थोड़ा कि आपकी शक्ल नहीं दिखाएंगे, ये एंगल लेंगे, आपका पैर का शॉट लेंगे. So making them like, and then after taking a few shots then I showed them कि देखो आपकी शक्ल नहीं दिख रही है, आप एकदम सेफ हो, आपका नाम कहीं नहीं आने वाला. So ऐसे करके then Asha, actually she's again not working currently as a red light area worker, but she just wanted to cover her face because she was just completely scared that मेरी कोई family वाला देख लेगा YouTube पे या कहीं भी वायरल हो गया तो मेरी शक्ल नहीं आनी चाहिए. Then she made us change the lighting a little bit as well. So just like small techniques of how not showing the face was the only way. Please come.
So I was not from documentary background. At that time I was doing a lot of corporates, some digital ads and all. So I asked Siddhesh, like, give me your input. So what is your vision? So Siddhesh told me just focus on capturing the truth. You don't have to make any beautiful frame. Even if the frame is the worst frame in the world, that too will help me telling the story. So when that was the input I got from Siddhesh, I got confidence, like, yeah, I'll be able to do this. The documentary was something new for me at that time. I did one small documentary before that. I think my experience was amazing. Capturing documentaries like capturing the truth, capturing the stories which are untold, which are unheard, and our responsibility was to give the voice to the people who were voiceless. So yeah, I think I'm very thankful to the whole team, and thanks to Siddhesh for giving me this opportunity to shoot such amazing people.
So congrats as a young filmmaker to touch on such a very wonderful subject for the so-called less important. So other than such screenings, what are your plans to further popularize this documentary? And ideally, what kind of impact would you like to see for the people who you shot?
So great question, because me and Rashmi ma'am are working on an impact campaign for each story somehow to obviously popularize the story and what kinds of problems these guys are facing. So one impact campaign is about how we can help the ambulance driver. We are going to shoot like a campaign where we're going to go again with Raj and just shoot how he's driving the ambulance and where people are not giving him the way. How many times have you seen that an ambulance is behind you and there's no way for them to just go ahead? So by rewarding people, not by like money or like financially, but people who give the ambulance away on video when we capture it, those people will be rewarded like a sticker on their car that okay, I give like way to the ambulance, or some kind of a certificate, or just like something to boost, not in a negative way that okay, whoever's not giving the way to the ambulance, we'll just punish them or show their video, acha viral kar do. Nothing like that. I think that great idea only came through Rashmi ma'am, because I think she had an experience in Dubai where she was shooting something like this with ambulance drivers, how they were having difficulties. And so that's one impact campaign we're trying to shoot while this documentary is going through the film festival circuit. Again, with Kallu, we are trying to see how we can raise some funds for example, he himself, he told me that he doesn't want to wear suits or like a jacket or anything to go in the water, because he goes for like too long, for like hours and hours, and it's like impossible for him to wear something very heavy and like crawl and like again swim. So something like a boat which he can use after on, like an inflatable boat, some kind of boots, some kind of medical help, even though he doesn't need it. But I feel just for because you never know. Right now I think he's been lucky enough to not been getting any diseases or anything. His wife told, right, he uses mustard and turmeric to just like cover his bruises or anything. So that's not a really long game for a person who goes in a gutter where there are, I don't even know what kind of things. So that's one idea which we have to raise. The third is about for the construction workers, where safety awards is something that happens with buildings, and like builders have their own safety, like an award function where they give out different kinds of awards. So raising awareness of how they also need to have safety awards in their the ceremony which they have. I think the amount of research we have done, there are only like 2 or 3 award functions where they give out safety awards, but there are like plenty happening in this country. So I think more people should be given like safety awards to boost their morale, to be making sure that it's more safer. And for Fisherman, it's more of like how like the coastal road project right now is going through Warsaw, where the whole community is. So the problem where they'll be facing is how as like now cars and everything will be passing through literally above the water, they have to go a way more longer distance to catch more fishes. And other than that, pollution is something that they're facing, acid water. So raising awareness of how these things should be stopped is something that we are looking for. So that's like somehow some ways of raising awareness for this documentary.
Bringing the people to gatherings like this, which is really nice. It would probably be more impactful if you took the film to the bastis where the people live and where the film is shot, so that not only can people see themselves and their areas and their concerns, but also many more people would be able to not only see it but also be able to talk about it. And a lot of these, what you're talking about, impact solutions or whatever, you'll find that people have things that they want to be done, or things that are to be raised, and a lot of them would come from the communities themselves.
Actually, that's a really good point. Like that would really help out, because I think the area people always, when we were shooting, they were always around the camera seeing, oh, kya ho raha hai, kya hai camera, kya. Like there were so many kids in that gully that we had to really push them, like, arey, humko thoda shoot karne do. So I think when I really go and show them what we really made, I think Kallu's pretty much famous, and all these people are really famous in their area, but they'll really get like inspired to see what really they do with like in their job. So actually, yeah, I'll definitely work on that.
Siddhesh, was a very nice documentary. Could feel as if we were there. I think that's my takeaway. I would take the BKC connector, but seeing it from that angle was a very different thing. So, as someone who's a content creator, I would like to ask you 2 questions. First is, this is your first project. Is there something which you feel you could have maybe shot better, or maybe edited differently or better? That's my first question. Second, what's the next project? I know this is the first screening, but have you started thinking about the next step?
So to answer your first question, there are like, because it was all run and gun, we didn't have like we had like a short list of B-rolls, okay, how to capture things. But we, time was not in our hand all the time. And, when you go to like places like a slum area where it's too crowded, it's too like packed to like think, okay, I've thought of this shot, but you know I can't take it because it's too crowded, the light is not good, and
We hardly do 5% of the shots from the list.
yeah. I feel I wasn't also like, as a director, I wasn't like that experienced and aware of how things can work more, like setting up a tripod and like I just had visions and like visual ideas in my mind. I shot this in 2020. It took me 3 years to like get here. I had completely edited this as an episodic documentary first with 7 episodes, 40 minutes each. I had so much content, but I feel that in that perspective, when I see it now, and with I think my producer Pravesh and Rachel, who really came in later, they really changed the documentary in a way that it was really emotional, dark, very like you know, I think it would have been a very you wouldn't have been very then inspired more of it. Like you would have been, "Arey yaar, unki life aisi hai," like something like this. You know, that thought of would have come. But when they came in, they really got me. They made me understand that I really need to club it together, make it shorter, and make it more inspiring rather than making it more dark. "Arey unki life aisi hai," more like, you know, getting all these things in my mind. And
I like the end credit.
Right.
Yeah. And how you collaborate with people like a camera person or photo artist?
Yeah. Again, I just knew a few people at that point. My dad somehow helped me to, you know, get some more funding or some editing studio, or like he had helped me to find an editor at that point, and that's the only person I knew at that point. And he got me in touch with Rohit bhai, and again Krish and Akshat. They both are my building friends at that there. So I just had to pick them up, like, bro, like please help me, and there's no way out. And actually they are very close to like how the film world is, so I think they were the right people to have them with me. Again, Foley artists and everything. Again, when the producer came in, Pravesh Sippy, he got me in touch with editors and the new editor who came on board, Foley Studios and colorists and everything. So, you know, with his contacts and him coming in on the team, that helped me bring more people on the team.